It's connected to you. Connected to you.
Since I get asked a lot about my thoughts about Ozempic, I thought I'd do a quick TikTok video about my experience. I've been on Ozempic now for 10 months because I'm in my 10th box. And surprisingly, it has been everything I didn't know it was going to be. Yeah, you hear people talk about the fact that it, you can't eat this much, you can't do this, you can't do that. Well, in all honesty, Ozempic has some very good qualities. But the thing to remember about Ozempic, you have to do what you're supposed to do. There's no shortcuts. There's no, I'm going to eat this today and then I'll just deal with it tomorrow. No, not on Ozempic you don't. The main thing I learned about Ozempic is it's going to train you what you can and cannot eat. No doubt about it. Regardless of if it's something that you just love, like my favorite food is Olive Garden. Before that, it was Kiku's, but now it's Olive Garden. If Ozempic don't like what I'm eating, or Ozempic said I've had enough to eat, it's going to let me know, and it's going to let me know real quick. So it's like there's so many benefits to it because of the fact I know a lot of people take Ozempic because of weight loss. Well, yeah, there is weight loss in it. One, because you're going to be trained by taking Ozempic how much you can eat, the proper foods you need to eat, and how to maintain a healthy diet. With that being said, Ozempic is a game changer, so to speak. It will make sure that you remember what you're supposed to eat, what you're not supposed to eat. It will make sure you know your size portion, because if you even attempt to overeat on Ozempic, oh baby, you gonna find out the hard way. And trust and believe, you don't want to know what it's gonna do to you the hard way. Let's just say, pray you're near the bathroom. Okay. So with that being said, then you're gonna be so, for me, I was so surprised at how the weight loss did change, because even though some people be like, oh, that ain't nothing, I lost a little over 60 pounds since I started Ozempic. And that's a big game changer, because it's not like you're losing the weight and then you're going to gain it back. Not as long as I stay on Ozempic, I'm not going to gain it back, because first of all, I'm not going to eat like that, because you can't eat a full plate. You're gonna be cutting small portion than what you already eaten. Like let's say you got a sandwich this big. You're gonna cut it in half and then you're gonna be full. Trust what I tell you. Okay? Been there, done that. Even if you're down to that last little corner, that little crescent moon of that little whatever it is you eat, I'm going to say burger, because yeah, I do still eat burgers every now and then, but sometimes I find out I can't eat them. But yeah, let's say it's a little crescent part of that burger that you think you going to eat. Child, Ozempic going to tell you otherwise. It going to be like, first of all, you knew you weren't supposed to eat that burger. Second of all, if you try to eat that little crescent of that burger that's left, instead of just going ahead and wrapping it up and either trash it or either save it for later, when you want your snack and so you can eat it as a snack, even though you weren't supposed to eat that burger in the first place, Ozempic gonna be like, baby. So since you want to be a pig and eat this whole burger, knowing goodness blame well, I done taught you already that you don't need to be eating this burger. Let me show you better than I can tell you. And then it's going to show you, trust and believe, you going to regret it with everything in your power. You're going to regret it real quick. So, but the thing is that it's a mind thing. It's a mind thing. Once you learn that one time what you can and cannot eat, once you learn that one good time when your limit is your limit, you good. You are good, okay? You're going to be selling with like the wind. You're going to see the numbers dropping on the scale. But here's another part. In order to really qualify for Ozempic, you have to at least be type 2 diabetic. Did you know that if you really pay attention to your numbers with Ozempic and you're on Ozempic, Ozempic can drop your A1C down to almost regular, if not regular, ranges. Ain't that worth it? Tell me that ain't worth it. Tell me that ain't worth it. Who wants to be type 2 diabetic if you can fix it? I don't know. I can't speak for what happens if you get off Ozempic because I'm not off of it. I don't plan to get off of it. I've been pre-diabetic for over 20 something years. Then I became diabetic. Next thing I know, I'm on Ozempic and my A1C is looking beautiful now. I love it. One, because I had to learn to eat right. Two, I had to learn my size portions. Three, you have to drink water, whether you want to or not. But four, you start feeling better. Once you get through the hurdles, yeah, it's an adjustment. I'm not going to cap. It's an adjustment when your doctors kind of switch your levels to find the perfect level just for you. Yeah, you might find some upset stomach. You might get a little da-da-da-da going on. But hey, in the long run, if you just stick with it, trust and believe, you're going to be happy in the long run. I am a living witness. I talk to so many people about Ozempic. I can preach to the choir about it. That's why I decided to go ahead and finally do a TikTok video about my personal experience with Ozempic because it has been a game changer. I have been on so many different fad diets. I have been on so many different calorie counting things that you can name. My A1Cs never did drop. My diabetic numbers were still going up. The weight would go down, even though the diabetic numbers weren't going down. But they went right back up. Soon as anything flip-flopped what I was dealing with, the scale went right back up. And not only what people don't realize is them yo-yo effects is not healthy for you. And then when you do some yo-yo effects, your body goes into a starvation mode to where when you finally do eat, you gain way much more than where you started. So why risk it? So yeah, when my doctor prescribed Ozempic, I don't mind needles. It don't make me no difference. I got tattoos and piercings. And speak FYI, yes, I know my piercing is sideways. My ball fell off and an MRI. So I got to find out how I'm going to get another one. But anywho, that's beside the point. We're not here for about my septum piercing. We're here about Ozempic. So with that being said, if you have to use Ozempic, just stick with it. Trust me. Just stick with it. Find out what your doctor wants you to do about it. Talk to your doctor about it. If you do have symptoms that are too much for you to deal with, talk to your doctor. I'm not a doctor. I don't pretend to be one. I'm not one on television. I'm just an Ozempic user, and I'm here speaking my own truth. So you can either take it from me, learn from your own experience, and hey, let's talk in the chat. Talk to you later. Bye.
Hello, TikTok. It's me, Carla, Black Butterfly. Just thought I'd chime back in and give an update on my Ozempic journey. Actually started, I think back in February of this year, 2024, I decided to look for other options to be able to discontinue my Ozempic. Like I said in my last video, when I was actually 10 months out, if you stop Ozempic, it would actually cause you to gain weight. So that was a big concern of mine because a lot of times the pharmacy did not have it in. And then so for a while, I actually switched over to Mounjaro. But I didn't care that much for Mounjaro because of the fact that only thing Mounjaro really did was just keep me from being hungry. Whereas Ozempic took care of all things necessary, whether it be diabetic numbers or actually helping with the weight loss as well. So I decided to seek something else, and I actually went into seeking out bariatric surgery. So that was in February of this year. I actually got a chance to get in touch with a very wonderful team of surgeons. I spoke with the team from Beltline Bariatric. If you're in the Atlanta area, they're easy to find. Just look them up. Wonderful team. You've probably seen the main doctor, surgeon from Beltline, which is Dr. Proctor. He is on 1,000 Pound Sisters, as well as Family by the Ton. But I wasn't able to get him as a surgeon. I actually got one of his other team members, which is we call Dr. D, which is an amazing surgery. Well, actually, to me, they're both very amazing. I'm not familiar with the other doctor that's on their team, but I have kind of corresponded with him back and forth with the group chat. But they seem like a very amazing group of people. What you see on TV is what you get. So I actually did that. I started that journey in February this year, and I actually had duodenal switch surgery, which is what they call the DS or the switch, July 1st of this year. So it's been a roller coaster ride, but the one thing I would recommend for a lot of people who are seeking bariatric surgery or thinking of other methods in order to try to lose weight, bariatric surgery is not an easy way out. I can't stress that enough. It's not an easy way out. It is a very tedious procedure. It's a lot of stuff you have to go through prior to surgery. It's a lot of stuff you have to go through in order to get approved for surgery. And then, depending on your insurance, you still may have to pay something out of pocket, more than likely. So it was a very life-changing commitment. I can say this much, that I am glad that I did go the Ozempic route first, because I was able to be trained mentally on things I can't eat, things I have to avoid, like fatty food, greasy foods high in carbs. I mentioned this in my last video on how if you ate the wrong thing, you better thank God that you probably been somewhere near a toilet, because you're going to need it quickly. So with going into bariatric surgery, I was already on a mindset of what not to eat, and being particular about what I did eat. I really wasn't exercising much. I was like working out every blue moon, but I have physical challenges, so I had to do what was best for me. So but I feel like it actually helped me prepare for surgery, but it was still a lot in surgery that I learned about, and the procedures leading into surgery. The liquid diet, it was a challenge for me. I never cheated on my liquid diet. I know a lot of people say they cheated, but I never cheated. I actually stuck with it. When they said, only one light meal, because at the time I had became addicted to eating salads, because I hadn't been able to eat salads for years. So I was finally able to tolerate salads, I guess, after losing so much weight. My metabolism and my body started accepting certain foods like I used to back in the day. So I was able to eat salads again, and I just gorged on them. So it was more like maybe a protein shake for breakfast, protein shake for lunch, maybe some kind of protein cheese or something light for a snack in between, and then I ate a salad for dinner. Or I would eat my salad for lunch and then just do a protein shake for dinner. And that was like leading into surgery, because I had to shrink the liver and all this, that, and the other. But yeah, it was amazing taking it that route, because it helped me out a lot. Trying to make this kind of short, but going into surgery, I felt like it helped me out a lot to actually have that background of being on Ozempic for a complete year, going into it, almost a year and a half, really. So coming out of it, I love Beltline procedure, because I never ever witnessed any pain from actual surgery pain. There was a few times that I had a little discomfort, but I had some other health issues that I was dealing with along with my surgery. So it really wasn't that, it was a challenge on the stuff that I had to deal with, but it wasn't surgery related. So surgery related itself, I was good. which is a result of the other stuff I was dealing with. Is a result why I look different now in my video than I did before, because unfortunately I fell and hit my mouth on the floor and broke my front tooth. So I have to work on getting that repaired. And when I can deal with them dealing with working my teeth again, because it's still kind of tender from when I fell. But I just wanted to give a touch base on a follow-up. I did not continue with Ozempic because I got tired of going to the pharmacy. They don't have it. Then I went to Mounjaro. They don't have it. And then I kept reading about and kept hearing about when you get off Ozempic, you're going to gain all your weight back. And I had worked so hard to lose all this weight, and I didn't want to gain it back. So I'm still losing, thankfully, because of the fact that I did have bariatric surgery. And I am now learning to embrace where I am now, instead of just worrying about where I want to be, where I want to be, where I want to be. Oh, when I get this side, da-da-da-da this. Oh, when I get that side, da-da-da-da that. So I've actually started embracing where I am now. So that way I can start living my life, enjoying where I am. I've come a long way. I worked hard. I work out maybe like twice a week because I'm in physical therapy. But I try to make sure I at least get so many steps in a day. I have, a minimum of steps that I try to meet at least a day. But if I don't make them, okay, it's no need to beat myself up about it. It'll be all right. There's always tomorrow. You just do what you can, the best way you can, because after all, I'm not quite 3 months out from surgery, but I am doing very well. So that's my journey. I hope to chime in a little later. Talk to you later. Peace.
It's connected to you.